are live with. Wait, I've got the wrong overlay on. I've got the Lightbringers overlay. Let's quickly change that. No one's noticed Andrew's made a mistake. There's the little shrub man.
For that, I get to tell everyone to like and subscribe.
You leave the liking out of this.
I'll
Anyway.
like all I want, damn it.
Yeah, I'm surprised
So-
you haven't tried to steal Joseph's character. Since
Who,
you,
who, who remembers what happened last time?
why didn't we ask the person who wasn't here?
Yeah.
Meditating.
Colt, what happened last time? Through the vague descriptions you've had thrown at you. You know,
Underwater adventure where it was probably a good thing the human taser didn't come with. Otherwise everyone probably would have been fried. And then treasures were discovered.
And
Wait, what human taser?
Cold.
But Colt's not human, right?
Well, you know what I mean. Like humanoid taser, the living taser.
There we go, that's better.
the living taser. He's the
Semantics.
It's the living laser's like discount cousin.
Also, while everyone got loot, all that happened to Colt was that he lost a sock.
Yeah, he wakes up from his meditation. It's like, okay. Just takes the other shoe and sock off.
Fireball lost his soul.
This is true.
I have 22 in intelligence
Wait, what? How did that happen?
because I also found a card and was like, ah, fuck it, I'll pull a card.
Wait, we have cards?
Had.
Yeah, they found 3 deck of many things cards.
I
What?
think it was after you dropped out.
It
so,
was.
Yeah. It was during the looting phase.
Andrew got a +2 to any stat that can go above 20, and also lost all the treasure he gathered that wasn't magic. Up until that point, and then Lawrence got
No soul.
his soul taken.
Dumb question.
Mm-hmm.
Does gaining +2 intelligence that stacks above 20 on a character who's a simulacrum actually, carry over to the...
It doesn't carry over to the original.
The original does not have 22 intelligence. Only the simulacrum.
I found a sphere of annihilation.
Yeah.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
It's for whoever decides to walk into his room first.
No.
So, you all wake up.
But the thing is, I'm the only one who knows it's behind the door.
Yeah, you all wake up. Lawrence, the events that transpired, you wake up from, but you know that they weren't a dream.
Yeah.
Anyway, you all wake up. What do you do?
I will move the sphere of annihilation into this corner, walk out, walk down here and knock on the door.
Court would already be up, so answer. Like, Court would be getting up to go out here to do morning exercises, so he answers. Alright, little guy, what's up? Morning.
I'll initially say in Ignan, do you have any spoons? Oh wait, you don't understand.
Yeah,
Fireball!
I don't have tongue of the sun and moon yet.
Sonia, wake up! What?
Fireball!
Yeah,
Fireball!
Oh god,
Give
he's
Sonia a
here.
nudge. He's here again.
Yeah, what? What do you want?
Do you have any spoons?
On me?
Yeah.
No?
Why not?
Because I lost all of my stuff.
Disgraceful.
You are currently looking at Sonia in clothes that are ill-fitted for her. They just look like very standard-looking robes.
You should have spoons at all times.
I mean, I don't disagree, but I haven't managed to get to the kitchen to steal any yet.
Grump, what was the intelligence check for?
Decide if I'm looking at this hammer that we found and I'm swinging it about and I'm trying to work out if I can use it or not.
Grunk, you hear from outside your door a little noise.
I lift the hammer and then slowly open the door just to confront whatever made the noise.
There's a small caged animal that just has like, for religious reasons, like written on the top of the cage.
Ah, the perfect thing to test out that hammer.
I lift the hammer and I bring it down on the caged animal.
Very well. Roll your damage.
Straight off in the distance, someone's like, "Oh, could have reused the cage."
What was it?
Would it hold a living fireball?
It's this, right? Let me see, just turn it.
The weapon is like +3, and I think it should do an extra d8 damage to the animal. Yeah, hits, and yep, you smushed both the cage and the tiny animal that was inside it.
Rip.
And then I like raise the the bloody hammer, and I'm like ululating for the Kruguk,
Nice. Fair enough.
waking everyone. They just hear like a crash, squish. Ah!
Fireball will then say to Sonia, "By the way, do you know that it's Morbin time?"
I would not get that reference. I've never seen the play.
No film. Remember, it's the future.
Is it though? It's the same time period, but more advanced.
The same
Yeah.
time period, but in space.
Film exists.
Sure.
Have iPhones.
I mean, I joked in the Wednesday campaign that the kobold pulled out a phone.
I mean, there's
True.
phones in this campaign.
True.
Yeah.
And I've definitely
Yeah,
mentioned
company.
Wi-Fi.
Anyway,
And laser guns.
Sonia is like, "Oh, that no. I imagine that means that Grumk's awake."
Yeah, you hear the smashing.
Yeah. The violent one is away.
Sonia will go.
The big guy's up.
We'll barely see the orb and be like, "Oh God," and we'll knock on Bubbles' door to wake him up.
Can Fireball make his way down to the kitchen?
yeah.
He will go looking for spoons.
You find no spoons.
Damn it.
It's almost as if, like, some strange being has taken all the spoons.
The tick has been here.
I'll come up to Grumk and say in Ignan, "Do you have any spoons?" I presume.
You have spoons, or do you want to answer the question?
I proffer a knife. I do not. I'm like, I think he said knife.
Fair enough.
Fireball will shake his head, and then you'll say, "Do you know it's Morbin time?"
Thankfully, you can technically ignore that.
I do not understand what he just said.
Why is Colt off in the distance?
He's doing
And I-
exercises.
I did say he was going to go out there
Ah,
and
sorry, I didn't
do
hear.
some practicing. Yeah.
Colt,
Okay.
breakfast.
From this door, you see a portal open, and 2 students step through, and they, like, take their seat for breakfast.
Fireball will ask her and Ignan if she has any spoons.
And she's like, no.
Why not?
Breakfast this morning is, it's sort of like, it's quite fishy.
You want to know what time it is?
She says, I think it's about 7 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock?
Incorrect. Incorrect.
I hit the fireball with the hammer.
Roll an attack. 17 hit fireball.
Yeah.
For 16 damage as I like bonk the fireball on the head.
It's too early for this.
I try to be like, stop bothering these people.
Oh yeah, you guys still like sleep in the main building, in like the guest rooms. Yeah.
Out of curiosity, what was it you guys did for your first lesson?
Fireball will walk off.
We joined at different times. She says that she did some like abjuration lessons, so they like fired really powerful spells and a variety of just attacks at her to see like if she could improvise some new abjuration stuff or like test the strength of her abjuration. The guy is like, I was like, I signed up for summoning, so I had to like subdue a lot of monsters to try and like bind them and stuff. It was really brutal. They do not hold back on the first day.
I feel like they probably should on the first day.
They say
better set expectations.
They say apparently it's to inspire you for your research later on, so that you can like, cause like in the summoning lesson I learned like it's very important to have spells that can bind your opponents. I started working on that, and like she'll go like, yeah, I sort of noticed that I couldn't really defend from like I really struggled with large area of effect spells, so I'm trying to figure out a method of like some form of magic that might be able to help me like defend against those or dodge them in some capacity.
The best defense against those spells is to become physically powerful.
Did you guys notice you were having any problems on your mission?
No.
Sharks didn't like us?
You can roll a history or intelligence check if you want to like remember stuff.
I mean, I'm gonna roll it.
I remember there were sharks. They were dickheads.
Grunk, you remember that it was like pretty hard to communicate while underwater?
Not able to talk underwater.
So I presume that's Sun.
Yeah, that was Sun, yeah.
You think that like it would have been useful if you had a spell that allowed you to like telepathically communicate between the lot of you. It's given you some ideas about that sort of like communication stuff.
It's also taught me I don't like being underwater.
It's also taught you sharks. Bad.
Sharks are weaklings. Elementals, now they're the problem.
Grunk also remembers the elementals holding him.
As I kind of said, like, I kind of said out again, but as soon as Colt finds out everything that has happened, he's like, where he's standing here is gonna like bow down so hard and fast he like dents the floor with his head and goes, "I'm so sorry I didn't come. I should have been there to give you an extra pair of hands."
I mean, I'll be honest, part of us is glad you weren't. It was horrible.
But if I was there, I could have like stopped the things making it horrible.
Who knows?
But on the communication front, and bollocks, didn't work. Unless I still roll with advantage.
Not for this one.
Damn it.
Because you did it.
You just see him pointing at you and moving his lips very, very like subtly, and it's just not doing anything.
You just whisper in my general direction.
Yeah, but you can't hear it. He's trying to cast a message and he balls it up.
A couple more students like join you guys. They all look like they've just gotten like dressed and ready for the day, and have come to eat their breakfast.
I was meaning to ask last time, did the apparel of any of these look familiar?
Give me a history check.
This literally just is. I've never seen these people or their power before in my life.
You,
10.
you don't recognize any of them,
Fair.
other than like the brief interaction you had with them yesterday.
Yeah, aside from that.
Well, the day before, technically.
Yes.
But yeah, they just start like tucking into their food.
Do the
Eventually,
doors open outwards or inwards in this place? Dumb question.
they open like into the rooms. Depends on the
Okay.
door though. Like in this room, these two doors open into the room.
Mm-hmm. So Goop's gonna eat some food and then realize that the fireball went off without eating food and try and take some food to the fireball.
Fair enough.
Oh god.
As he like walks off, Court like leans to Sonya's like, I don't get it. 1 minute he hits him with a hammer, next minute he wants to feed him.
Like I said, it's too early for this.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you
Just gets stuck in.
do you open? Okay, you're at Fireball's room. Do you open his door?
Goop has manners. Goop knocks on door.
Very well. Fireball, you hear a knock at the door.
Fireball will move the sphere of annihilation to one side, and then he'll say fireball.
Goop will kick the door open.
Okay, as the door like slams around, there's now like a hole in the door where it like swinged around into the sphere.
Goop will step forward and basically be like, "You missed breakfast. Breakfast important." And put the plates with food in front of the fireball, and then turn around and walk back out.
You see the fireball's sphere of annihilation.
Fireball will say thank you in Ignan.
It seems to have eaten its breakfast, which was the door.
Goop thinks he's been insulted, but refuses to say anything.
Fireball will.
I mean,
Fireball.
moving.
Fireball will nod and give the best thumbs up that he can.
It just looks like a cigarette lighter.
It's really hard for you to tell whether he's flipping you off or like giving you a thumbs up.
Yeah.
For the ungrateful fireballs.
Fireball. Food
I
burns.
also realized like the stats on that weapon were wrong and it should have been dealing more damage.
It's fine. You were holding back.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to injure someone too hard.
You just wanted to smush it.
It was roughhousing.
So now when your door closes again, there's just like a hole in it.
Yeah.
Now everyone can see there's a sphere behind it.
Yeah. There is, in fact, there's a sphere-shaped hole in the door.
Yeah, but everyone can see through the hole and see the sphere behind it and go, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fireball will tentatively shut the door, whilst avoiding the touching the sphere.
This person shows up and says, all new students, because we always give our students a day to recover or so. Usually more, sometimes more time if they're like really injured. So the new students won't have classes today. This guy will say, and then he's like, if you see do you know where Fireball is?
Went back to his room.
Ah, okay. I'll go tell him. He then wanders off. And then and sees the sphere and just shouts through the hole in the door. You don't have any classes today. You've been given a day to recover.
Fireball saying Ignan. Ah, okay, great, thank you. Thank you. You don't happen to know of anything that can control this thing, do you?
Gonna
Gesturing at the ball.
He can make a check. See if he can figure this out. Ba ba ba. Let's see. There's this guy's character sheet. Oh, Connor. He's like, yeah, there's like this item. I think it's called a talisman of the sphere. It helps you control spheres of annihilation.
Do you have one?
No, they're like pretty specific magic item. We could acquire one, but like we haven't had a reason to because we didn't have any spheres of annihilation till now.
How much would it cost to acquire one?
I'd have to get back to you on that. I don't have the like. I know that we can acquire certain materials for students, but yeah, it's not really my department. I'm more of a teacher, less of an accountant.
Can you tell Grump that I said thank you?
Okay. He'll then head off. He'll come to the table and say, Gurunk, Fireball has told me to tell you to say thank you on his behalf.
Thank you. I will not say thank you.
Fireball has said thank you to you. Well, that's what he tried to say to me anyway.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna depart. I will see you and you later for classes. They all look a little sad that they have to go to class soon.
Bolt gives them a double thumbs up over the table. You got this!
And then this guy disappears off back upstairs. And then they're like, oh, class is so annoying. But this person's like, well, better get a class relative soon. This person seemed to react the best to it. She steps here. A larger portal opens up between these two, like, columns. And she steps through and disappears. A little bit later, these two students do the same sort of thing.
Fireball, looking at the ring that he has.
Uh-huh.
Will he'll can you try and discern what the ring does, or does he know what it does already?
He does not, because the person you tried to figure it out yesterday, but you couldn't.
Yeah.
Your friend took a look at it, and they seemed like there. Give me an insight roll. Your friend took a look at it, but they didn't say anything. You didn't really notice any sort of change in their expression or anything.
Okay. Fireball will bring the Sphere of Annihilation with him.
Okay.
And go back to here.
Oh, thank God for that. Literally, the next thing I was going to say was, let's go and get Fireball, we need to discuss things. And then it's like, alright, I look at the ring, and I'm like, oh no.
I mean, he doesn't know what it does yet, so
Yeah.
he's got no reason to actually do anything with it.
Sonia suggests that they should go somewhere secluded so that everyone can talk.
Okay.
I suggest the area. I suggest the area I've been using as a training ground out back. Hardly anyone goes there.
Sure.
Hunt more small animals there.
Ooh.
Is there a forest like up this way or nah?
When you look off into the distance from this building, you are like on a floating island type thing. It's doesn't seem to be much else on this island other than this building.
Joseph, the sphere of annihilation. You know when it made a hole in my door?
Yep.
Was the hole big enough for Fireball to jump through?
Yeah.
Okay, then instead of opening doors and stuff,
Are
he'll
you
just
burrowing through them with the sphere.
yeah he'll
Making
just
little cat doors for himself.
yeah he'll just walk through walls and doors and stuff.
Cool.
Cold sees him like burrow through one effortlessly and goes, "At least he's not setting more fires. We'll just leave it.
I mean, he is still destroying, though.
Yeah,
I know,
he
at least the destruction stops. It doesn't keep going."
he's just putting holes in things.
You guys can now see all the way through to the dining area from here.
Okay, so first things first, Sonia
The wall.
Sonia hands Grump a nice set of armor.
Oh, what armor do?
It will make you invulnerable.
What
Um,
what does that mean?
It means things can't kill you for at least 10 minutes.
Okay.
So basically,
Thing's never able to kill Gunk.
well, they're not able to hurt you either.
Oh. Gunk no like pain.
Exactly, so this is perfect for you. Okay,
Gunk will start putting on whatever the armor is.
Oh yeah, Bubbles is also here. It's Bubbles.
Does he go through the holes as well?
He will have like followed you guys there.
When I went back through into the dining room, was there any spoons?
Nope.
Oh.
Okay, guys. So, one, we've got a bunch of items here that we need to share out. Two, we've not really made any progress yet of what we actually came here for.
Yes, the artifact.
And three,
Probably.
No
Put-
real reason where it could be either.
points at the fireball. He has a magic item that's incredibly powerful that I was worried about telling him what it was.
Fireball point to the sphere.
I said that in common.
So Fireball does not understand.
Fireball will move the sphere of annihilation around himself a little bit.
He's just
So,
orbiting him.
Sonia says that and is like, okay, as much as you might think so, I'm not talking about the sphere.
Something more powerful than a thing that just burrows through matter.
Yes,
The fact that he has something that powerful concerns me.
exactly.
Essentially, just assume that the sphere of annihilation just continues to orbit Fireball.
That's definitely not going to backfire on him in any way.
Or us. Okay, so what's the item? Can I see it? Like on him? I assume he doesn't have pockets.
You're still in the armor, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm still in the armor. Yeah.
So Sonia like looks at Colt, like stares into his eyes, and then side eyes towards the ring that's on one of the claws.
Right.
There's a very fancy ring on one of them claws. It looks
Yeah.
really cool.
It has 3 glowing gems.
It does.
So imagine
Yeah.
that there's
Thing is that
there's something that you want, and imagine all you had to say is that you want it, and that happens.
Is this still in common?
Yes.
All
Okay.
of those. He has
Oh, you mean
bubbles at that.
so like a monkey's paw, genie's lamp, that sort of thing?
Yeah, exactly like that.
But it's a ring.
Yes.
So what's this
Hmm.
thing here? Like, is it a storage area?
It is a storage area in which there is a large amount of food.
Interesting.
So
Is it? Sorry.
I was just gonna, so personally, I'm all for us trying to use one of said wishes to help him as he's lost his soul. But-
Yes, that's a good. It sounds like something that should be used in a selfless manner, and that sounds about right. I agree.
So,
Yeah, so he found this card and it sent his soul somewhere else. And he can't use any of his fire magic now.
can't use fire magic? What can you do if you can't do fire magic?
Nothing.
Why was his soul control the fire magic? What is a soul? How does that control fire magic?
I don't have an answer to that. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm confused as well. I always thought it was a study thing.
Fireball.
As long as you can think, you can
Fireball
still
is
do
a
it.
unique entity.
This is true.
So you want take ring from fireball to help fireball.
Yes. What?
Fireball, hand over ring.
Fireball, if you ever want to try and understand Grunk, roll an insight.
16.
You understand that Grunk is saying hand over the ring.
Fireball, shake his head.
Gronk will say please.
I'll say. Oh wait, I'll need to. Fireball, say back indignant. What do you plan on doing with it?
What do I get from an 11?
It's like what with it is sort of your.
Oh, yeah, for that much you can definitely get it. I'd basically be like, smart one says help you using thing.
Do we get it with a 9?
You think he's called you smart?
Which is not untrue.
Thank you.
I like look at Sonia and I'm like, you can speak his language, right?
Yes. This is an interesting conversation to listen to be fair.
Please tell him we tried help him.
I get you. I can use message. And Coda's messaging this to Sonia, going, "If you just tell him that ring will give him his fire magic back, surely he'll hand it over."
Sure. We're all friends. Let's see what happens. Okay. Fireball.
Yes.
Will you please listen to me carefully as I explain this?
Yeah.
And don't do anything rash.
Okay.
The ring you have is a very powerful magic artifact that can essentially, for limited uses, give you more or less whatever you want. It's a very risky thing because it can backfire massively. We would like to use it to try and get your soul back.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Is there any specific thing that I need to do to activate the thing?
Are you asking that, or are you asking DM that?
I'm asking Sonia that because Fireball has never used Wish before. I mean, he's probably heard of the spell Wish, but he's never cast it or anything, or been around anyone that's really cast it.
So, the ring is actually shockingly easy to use by accident. because
I was just gonna say Court would say we have a spellcaster here, gestures at Sonia with like wavy hands to emphasize the fireball since you won't understand.
basically, while you're wearing the ring, it can respond to your thoughts and wants, especially if you declare out loud that you wish you had something.
She's saying this in ignorance, so Court won't know that she's said that.
Yeah.
How?
What you're saying is, if I were to say something like,
Don't say something that might work. I will give you an example. If you were to say, I wish I had a cheese sandwich, a magical cheese sandwich would appear and you would lose 1 charge from the ring. That would never ever come back.
oh, okay, I will take it. Does the ring specifically work if I take it off and then say what?
It has to be held by whoever wants to activate it.
Oh, so I just have to have it on my person
Yeah.
rather than having to wear it.
Well, it's essentially like contact based. So if, for
Okay.
example, if you'd just put the ring in your pocket while you were adventuring and then said something, the ring could respond to that. But if you saw the ring on the ground and said something, it wouldn't respond to that.
Okay, I'll put the ring on the ground behind me, not in contact with me.
Sure.
Okay. I'll then turn back around to Sonia and say, so if I were to say, I wish the party and my sphere of annihilation were at the location of my soul, it would take us there.
It should, but you have to bear in mind that the more powerful the wish you're asking for, the more chance that there is something that could go wrong.
Okay.
Also, you have to be very specific on your wording.
Okay. So, tell me specifically what I have to say in order to get us and the sphere of annihilation from here to the location.
Can you not just wish back your soul?
Yeah, Court would like lean over to Sonia and go, what's he saying?
yeah.
It sounds like he's asking about it. It just sounds like fire.
Now that the ring's been put down, Sonia will like start talking to the group again as well, like group conversation, translation, and such.
Sorry.
So,
I had to stop there because there was a helicopter. To the location of my soul.
Yeah.
Well,
could you not
if
just
Sonia
wish
has
for
like
your-
if Sonia has relayed that to us, Court would just go, can't you not just wish for his soul to be like returned where he stands?
If I
Yeah,
recall,
that makes more sense.
It sounds a lot simpler.
if I recall correctly, the thing that took his soul prevents you from using even wishes to get it back.
Ah,
There are ways around that though, but again, it gets more risky the more you try to get, as you said, like a monkey's paw.
Why would a monkey's paw matter in this? A monkey's hand is of no importance.
True. So, for an example, and Sonia will translate this to both people. If, for example, your wish was, I wish that I was at the place where my soul is being stored, that would probably be fine. But transporting so many people would possibly be pushing it.
Fireball will say, doesn't teleportation teleport more than one person?
At the point, the magic that you'll be using will go beyond teleportation.
Fireball say, if I'm remembering correctly, there will be at least one very powerful thing guarding my soul, if I read the card correctly.
Little instructions in the corner. Oh, and not like trying to fuck with what Lawrence has said. Do the players that draw the cards actually know that?
No.
Do they not? Oh, okay. Then Fireball wouldn't have said that then.
You, what the players would have seen is you've drawn a card that has a picture on it, and a thing happened.
A spiritual apparition of Fireball left his body and fucked off somewhere else.
If you give me an Arcana roll, you might be able to determine what each picture means. But unless you got real good, it probably wouldn't give you the exact specific wording of how it works.
21?
Oh my god, I did worse than Fireball.
Fireball, you get the gist of like, what are you going for? What your card does?
Yeah, specifically my card. Yeah.
You know it like takes your soul and it puts it in a place that means your soul is it's very difficult to remove from that location, even with very powerful magic. You know that.
Okay.
Sonia knows that it's in a well-secured place. You're not really wish might work, but you're not sure.
Would my understanding of it have clarified whether Wish would have worked on it or not?
You can clarify that you don't believe Wish would work necessarily. Again, it's hard to say for certain, but with your understanding of things, you're not entirely sure it would work.
Yeah, I'll let Sonia know that I don't think Wish would work in specifically getting it back to here.
There is one other potential option that we have. We can genuinely just go and complain to the person who runs this place. We'll not mention any of the things to do with wishes and that, but we can mention that a student literally lost their soul because of the first lesson they went on. And
Fireball, sorry. Continue.
Well, it's just that they should, if they're reasonable people, be willing to help, especially if they're powerful spellcasters. Any thoughts on that? Anyone?
I
know what you're talking about.
I believe I tried to complain, but kind of got brushed off by the teacher.
Yes, but I'm talking about going to the headmaster, the person that's in charge, and saying specifically, not that you can't cast magic, that your soul has been taken because of a lesson that a teacher sent you on.
Yeah, let's go. Fireball will walk back into the school. Sweep Annihilation first.
That's an awful idea.
Breaks into the headmaster's room by just boring through it. Wherever that is.
Also, I love that he just does the child thing of triumphantly marches off, and everyone else is like, do they know where they're going?
Yeah, none of you know where the headmaster's room is. In fact, you've all been around here a fair bit. You haven't really explored upstairs, but you don't know anywhere downstairs that a headmaster's room would be.
Unca's just gonna shout when we get to the building, and just be like, "We seek complaints department."
You say that when
I
you
shout it as we wander around.
Fireball will head upstairs.
Sonia, being the smart one in the group, will walk over and pick the ring up.
Okie dokie. Sonia has acquired the ring. Fireball walks upstairs. And it's up there.
I thought
Sonia will put the ring inside of the bat.
Okay. That looks very uncomfortable.
Sen, shut the fuck up and don't talk.
Mm,
I said shut up.
Please, boys.
And then we I imagine quickly follow after the fireball with the sphere of annihilation.
Just follow the holes in the wall.
Yep. So you guys follow Fireball. Lawrence, you're on the map. You are like. just
Complaints
scroll down.
department, where are you?
Lawrence, you are mute.
Fireball will walk into this room and say, "Hello, are you the head teacher?"
No.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
My door.
Hey, you! Get back here!
And Court would hear that as he goes
Yeah,
up the stairs.
It's like, we've found which direction he's in.
Hey, you!
Yeah.
You! Right. Destruction of school property is, like, very harshly punished.
Fireball will run with his spear. He will go into.
It's like the fireball with the sphere in front of him, just scurrying out from behind the corner. Can we see the person who was shouting at him?
Yeah, she's, like, standing over here. It's like, God damn it, man. He's gonna pay for all those damages.
Take it by that, that means you work here.
Yeah, I'm a teacher.
Do you know where the headmaster is usually found? Because he wants a word, the fireball you were just chasing.
Oh, he's usually in his office, but...
Which is?
Oh, right, you guys don't have your keys yet. Right, sorry.
Yeah, when you.
That's usually a D3 thing when all the courses start up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that little fireball guy you were just chasing,
Who just burst through a wall.
Got into an incident on his first trip out. So yeah, wants a word about that.
Fireball, talk to this person.
Oh, he's definitely getting sent to the headmaster's office. This person says, after you just burrow out of a wall, he goes, "You're going to the headmaster's office."
Where is that? I'll
Make a wisdom save, Fireball.
$17.
Fireball vanishes. His sphere is still there, though.
Could you...
Leans over to Sonia. Is there any way that we can control that? Well, since he's not here.
And then this guy also disappears.
Oh, okay, he's gone.
Oh, god damn it.
Just because he has to go there with Fireball to explain what's happening.
I guess we wait a minute and hope he comes back.
Okay.
Or wait for the screaming to start. Which do you think's gonna happen first?
True.
Should I kill people?
I don't think so. Not yet, at least.
I thought we were here to kill people.
Lawrence,
Yeah.
you appear in this room.
Interesting. Oh, look at blue and gold Jesus.
Ah, yes, blue and gold Jesus. Everyone knows them.
And this person's like, I caught this student surprisingly not burning things, but burrowing through walls with a sphere of annihilation.
What language did he say that in?
Common. So you don't understand anything. This person says more stuff you don't understand. This person says stuff you don't understand. This person says a bit more stuff you don't understand. And this person says, why were you doing that in Ignan?
For two reasons. First of all, I've lost my precious. First of all, I'm looking for you, and I point at the head teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, my soul was taken in a lesson, and I have to get it back with your help.
He says, oh, right. If you'd told us about that at the lesson, we could have done something, but, we'll look into that. But also, you destroyed school property. And, like... We have a couple of strikes. Everyone gets a couple, but we've noticed you've borrowed holes in several walls. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
How much will this cost to make it go away?
To be getting a demerit badge.
It's not about expenses, it's about the principle of our students.
Okay. And currently, because I have no soul, because of you guys, I'm not really that principled.
Look, people who should wield great magic should usually always have a good, solid moral compass behind them.
I have no magic.
And you've truly shown your abuse of this. We're expelling you, but we will help you get your soul back.
Do you have any spoons?
No.
It's mobbing time.
The headmaster then comes over to you, casts a spell, tells you that she'll go find your soul.
You to go and find my soul.
She doesn't know how long she'll be, but she then hands you like a small metal card with some magic inscribed on it, and says that'll teleport you to where we are in about 5 days, and we'll update you on the progress of like getting your soul back, and or if we have your soul by then, we'll give you your soul.
I thought I was expelled.
You are expelled. That's why we gave you this card, so that you can be teleported to our location. And that being said,
Doesn't being expelled mean that I have to, leave?
it does. That's why you should stand on this golden circle.
I'll go and stand on the circle without taking the card.
But the card's how you get your soul back. They exclaim.
That's on the golden circle.
Okay, you teleport away. This guy will then also leave. And we'll cut back to these guys. You guys just see the guy you saw earlier reappear here. Fireball is not with him.
Ah, excellent, you're back. Okay, can you send us to see the headmaster? We need to speak to him.
He goes, sure. What do you need to talk to him about? You can just tell me.
About our friend. And how I think that some reformation needs to be taken into account for this school.
Oh, your friend. Yeah, he's been expelled. But he then walks up to you and hands you a piece of metal with strange runes inscribed on it. I was like, if you can give that to your friend, then the head will be able to get his soul back for him.
I mean, where have you sent our friend?
Oh, he's at the start of the ordeal. Yeah, I mean, you guys must know. Like, it's how you get here in the first place.
No, we just used magic to bypass that.
So you guys didn't go through all the trials? But how did you get here, then?
Magic!
Yeah, but, like, normally teleportation spells that come straight here get rerouted. Like, you have to teleport somewhere else to be rerouted here. Only people who've, like, either passed the ordeals or, like, have been here before would know how to get here.
Well, secrets of the trade.
You guys must have gone through them.
I think you're very much glossing over the fact that you've just banished our friend for some minor damages.
Looks over at the wall. Couple more bricks fall down.
Okay, so when do we get to banish you for the loss of his soul?
The head'll fix that. It's fine.
Okay, and that means that you should allow Fireball a chance to fix this, not just immediately throw him to the curb.
Sure. Fireball can come back at any time if you can get through the ordeals again. Just like everybody else.
And in that case, then you should have to go and redo them all.
Fair enough. I can go and try them all again right now if you wish.
Go ahead.
He disappears.
Alright, well, that's wasted that person's time a bit. Alright, what's the plan, everyone?
No plan.
Well, at first I was thinking just turn this place upside down or explore the whole place, but if they're using teleportation to get to wherever the headmaster's office is, that's going to be a bit harder because this artifact we've been sent to find, I'd put a fair amount of gold on the fact that that's probably where it is. Just a guess. I don't know. Unless anyone else.
What's this about an artifact?
It doesn't say that I have to be in a certain range to use the Sphere of Annihilation.
He was like whispering that, so unless you're just saying that this person just was just unless you were able to see it, you're saying that this person was able to hear that.
Sorry?
No, I was just saying that Colt was whispering about the artifact.
Oh.
This is true. Are you gonna begin just moving the sphere around randomly?
Yeah.
Okay, which direction you picking?
As soon as
away.
the sphere starts moving, Sonya's like,
Say no.
Over here.
Colt
Cool.
puts himself between the sphere and his friends, although he doesn't think it's going to do anything.
he just
Make
flies
an
past
Arcana
Bubbles'
check.
head.
23.
Cool. Make another Arcana check. But you
23.
Yeah, somewhere else again. Alright, make another Arcana check. There we go.
12.
Cool. The sphere, like, smashes through more stuff. Destroys a couple plants. And, like, burrows through the floor a bit, and then this person, like, manages to get a control of it. And they just, like... They move it away. They're like, I'll have to find somewhere to put this. Oh well, it won't be that difficult, I suppose. There's a portal opens up here. And she'll push it in, and it will disappear. And then it closes back up.
Well, that was close.
He's not really helping our argument, is he?
He's causing damage that probably I could even fix. He actually like looks at the hole that Fireball made and fixes it. Casts mending.
It is
See,
too
if I
large-
if I
it
can
is-
fix it, it can't be that big of a deal.
It is
Unless it
too
doesn't mend.
large. The hole is too large to be mended.
So the bricks just kind of like try to reform and then just go meh, just fall down again.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't fix it. Arms slumped down to the sides, looks dejected, like buggered it up again.
Unfortunately, it's almost impossible for the sphere to deal any kind of damage that is just fixable with the mending spell, because it's larger than the area the mending spell can affect.
Yeah, but
Court,
we,
like I
you
said,
could
Court
fix
was
that the
just trying to
normal
go-
way.
Court was like just trying to do it magically, but then he's like, oh well, starts like stacking the bricks.
Yeah.
Some of them are just straight up missing.
So what do you do now?
We should go back to the talking spot. People are listening.
Is it true?
They say, "Yes, I am."
See?
It's much easier to hear you when like there's just a hole in this wall.
Well, that's being nosy.
All I'm gonna say is just let's go outside.
It's hard to not hear you guys. There's holes in so many of these walls. More
What is it?
importantly, somebody could have gotten hurt if he walked through a wall.
Court has had enough of.
And there was a
Court
student
has
behind them.
Court has had enough of Fireball's shenanigans. He jumps out of one of the holes Fireball made in this wall and slow falls down to the grass. Bollocks to this. Jump. Float.
The bubbles will also come down, just like, bubbles. Shakes his maracas, try and lift spirits.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what's the plan? Because we're already now down a person.
Bubbles makes bubble noises.
I mean, that's not a bad
Bubble
idea,
makes more
but I
bubble
don't think it
noises.
helps.
Bubble, bubble, bubble.
Raises axe and hammer in Gonk's hands, and Gonk is like, we could just, smash people.
I mean, I'd
In
rather...
fairness, these guys are like really powerful spellcasters, and there's lots of them. I think if we started going around smashing things, we'll probably get like overpowered pretty quick.
When do people sleep? Smash heads like melons in sleep.
Okay, that's scary.
Anyone can make a history check. Okay. So yeah, Sonia with the 30 definitely recalls that this morning the other students talked about how their dorms are like in extra dimensional spaces and classrooms were as well. You'd also
So
guess that's what they walked into when they like went off to their lessons and where they came from when they like came to get breakfast.
So it could very well be in one of those.
Sonia also remembers that like the teacher upstairs talking about how you would get like keys on day 3.
So we can either strike or keep delaying. It's a difficult situation. Again, we do have something that can make miracles happen, but also what we're now wanting is a lot more greedy than helping someone.
This is true. Also, what we are currently wanting isn't that unbelievable in terms of achievability.
I mean, I did feel kind of bad initially about taking something from this place, but more and more I'm starting to sense that these people are not the best, nicest people. They're very stuck up.
Yeah, they're very much more concerned with like their own environment rather than anyone else's problems.
Bubbles makes bubble noises.
Good kill.
You could, in the dead of night, go after someone as a distraction. Although I am running low on spells.
I distract for you.
Anyone who what's everyone's passive
Passive what?
perception?
9.
Big ol' 16.
People who have 10 or more see a couple of students reappear in this room, and a lot of them look around at the like damage, and they seem to be like asking what caused it, or at least speculating and wondering, like what happened. You can see them because they are huddled around the hall that leads from this room just to the outside.
We could use the students to try to power up my magic again before we take a strike.
How do we do?
I need them to use single target magic on me.
And then this person comes over and is like, "Hey, do you guys know what caused all this damage?"
Oh, hey! You joined us just in time. We're about to do some magic training. No, we're not really sure. We heard there was some kerfuffle upstairs or something.
Huh. Weird.
Girl was like, wait, but it was a sphere of annihilation.
Ah, so It must have been that
So-
then. Good job,
Must have
Grunk.
been, must have been the fireball then, because he was walking around it with it.
Yeah, that must be it.
Man,
Yeah, but he seems to be gone now. Great.
he probably got expelled. Expulsion's not the end of the world, at least. Just have to pass all the trials again.
So hey, you guys want to help out with our magic training?
No, we've just finished lunch. Yeah, well, sorry, we've just finished classes. We're a bit bent.
Oh, just finished lunch. Couldn't possibly.
We've just started lunch.
Yeah.
So that's the best time for training.
We'll probably have some juice after lunch, but we'll have more classes after that, and we'll need our magic for it.
Fair enough. We'll get back to our thing then. Enjoy lunch.
Will do. You guys should have some. It's an important meal. And then you hear them like talking about the fireball and the damage and like, and then you hear some of them start going with my notes and stuff. If you want to listen in on the conversation, you'll have to get a bit closer. But yeah.
Put the listen in. It's got decent perception.
Sure, roll perception.
If it'll no, don't do that. I'm just trying to put him there behind the door. Perceptione. Nah.
You overhear them talking about some magic theory, but that you also overhear them talking about like how one of their classmates was acting a little weird.
I can't discern anything further, or can I insight it?
You can insight that if you want.
Inciting weird how?
You think that it was more like their behavior was quite erratic. They assume that they've like taken something that's made them a bit wobbly. They've either gotten like drunk before class or they've like taken something harder.
One of them is missing. Can quote like remember which one it is?
You remember? Roll a history check. You know that three
Possibly?
of them are missing. Three of the students are missing anyway. A bunch of the teachers aren't here.
Do I put in on the conversation, or do I just share what I've? Is that all they're saying, or do they keep talking? They keep talking.
They're still talking about stuff, but like at this point it's mostly like notes from class and just like general gossip about their lives and stuff.
When
you
that
can-
insight when the
If you stay a bit longer, you can roll another insight if you want.
that insight that I got before, when you said that, I've discerned that they meant that they were acting erratically as if they'd taken something. Would that be like something before the class or during?
Before the class. Like either the night previously or like the morning.
You keep listening. See if he hears anything else.
Give me another insight roll. You
That's good.
don't discern much else.
You.
Cool. So
And then-
what's everyone else doing? Bubbles.
As Bubble does.
Whilst Colt's listening.
Sonia is just sitting, pondering to herself.
Bubbles.
And is Grump just like holding the hammer, like, ready to go.
Oh, like patting the hammer off of his hand.
So, Colt, you can like, what are you doing now?
Let them know what I heard, and that one of the for what we've just been saying before about this place not being all that great, so it's getting more and more true. One of the students, one, hasn't come back, and two, was behaving rather erratically. Either they took something, or maybe they were given something before the class. But if we find them, they might be a bit more amicable in terms of talking about this place. Methinks.
Sure, we could try that.
Unless they've just straight up evaporated like what they did with Fireball.
They do seem to be very quick to do that.
Yeah, like they're hiding something. Just means that we must tread carefully.
Must tread carefully. Looks over at Gromit.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it looks over at Grown, because like I kind of want to agree, but I also don't.
A little bit later, you notice that the students like switch over. 3 of them arrive and then 3 of them head off. Oh, 4 of them head off, sorry.
Oh, sneaky sneak and do it again.
Sure.
Or even just to peep on them. Are they one of the ones that are doped up?
They're talking about... you can first... give me a stealth check, actually, first.
Yeah, sorry.
Just to...
I pressed perception and it's still going. Stealth. This. Yeah.
Cool, you're very well hidden. Give me a perception check, just to see if you can hear them.
17.
Yeah, you can clearly make out what they're saying. You can almost immediately tell that this one is acting a bit funky.
In what regard?
They seem a little off. They don't have much of a filter and they're talking a bit louder than the other 2.
Oh. What are they saying?
They're just going like on about the lesson and stuff, and they're very enthusiastic.
But if they don't have a filter, I'm guessing they're like blurting out details on what they did.
Oh yeah, they're talking about like, it's very boring for you. It's a lot of like how to craft specific spell circles to make certain spells happen more efficiently and stuff. They do talk about like how they do talk a little bit more about like the restricted teleportation rooms, and they do mention like they also talk about a student who disappeared a while ago, like very loudly. Before the other 2 are just like, Matt, you really got to move on from that. It's been like 4 years. The other students are like just trying to calm them down, and they seem quite eager for them to be quiet, but they just sort of keep blurting on and on about a bunch of students disappearing at various points, and just generally how the teleportation system's been a bit funky recently. Are you just wandering in?
I low key want to like use that stealth check to like slink in without them noticing and then blur up. If that's 24, we'll do it.
This person like immediately sees you when you walk in the room, but these 2 don't really notice you come in. Because they're facing away from you. This person like quiets up very quickly and just starts going about and just starts talking about lesson specific stuff. and like what they did over the weekend and their favorite foods and that sort of stuff.
You start out like being a bit more casual about it, and you just be like, "Hey guys, how's it going? You guys been on a session today?"
These two like jolt back a little bit before turning around to look at you and are like, yeah, class is pretty good today.
What did it involve? I'm new here, so I'm trying to get an idea of what exactly the lessons involve.
Oh, it was like the necromancy teacher. He was talking about like the sort of medicinal benefits of it, of how like it's about draining life and then like giving it to other stuff is
Yeah.
like a strong aspect of it.
Easy as perk up, the freaking immortality and sanity kicking in, going like how it can make you immortal? Question mark.
Yeah, it's generally frowned upon to go like that quite that far with it, but like it is possible, but that's like you'd have to get access to like the restricted library for teachers only for that sort of stuff.
Restricted library. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like after you've done so many years or so?
It's the teachers all have access to it because it's full of like dangerous research that they've collected over the years. Occasionally, like teachers let students into it, but it's not. It doesn't happen very often. It's usually only if it has something that pertains to their research, and it's usually heavily supervised.
Alright, so they have the means to get in and out.
Yeah, you'd have to like, it's teacher keys only though. The student keys wouldn't get you in there.
Of course. And then, to cut right to the chase. So what's all this hubbub I've been hearing about disappearing students? Being new here, I'm not that keen on the idea of that happening to me.
The person on the opposite side of the table's like, yeah, like, it's all the stuff about, students keep coming here and a bunch of them disappear occasionally, but it's just infrequent enough for people not to really notice. And the other two are like, shut up, it's just a conspiracy. Like, it's just coincidence. It's a very dangerous school. And they're like, nah, someone's doing some stuff. Like, it's every, like, 20-ish. It's like infrequent. Sometimes it's every, like, between every 20 and 5 years infrequently. Like, sometimes they'll take breaks, sometimes it's a bit, like, more frequent.
Links over to where he's currently... Yeah, you carry on, sorry.
A bunch of students will, like, disappear. Sometimes it's a bunch, sometimes it's just, like, one person. Last time it happened, it was just one. But yeah.
But yeah, it's like slinks over to where he's currently standing, leans on the table, leans over to the one who's like really open and like mouthing, goes, "Try 5 minutes ago."
What? Did you see something?
A student disappeared 5 minutes ago upstairs. Granted, there's a bunch of holes everywhere, but they were sent away.
How did they disappear? Says the mouthy one. The other two just like seem very skeptical of you.
Serves me. I'm new here. I'm not entirely all clued up on teleportation magic, but you said that their teleportation magic was being weird.
Oh yeah. Some of the student cards have been a bit freaky. And then this guy will say, yeah. I tried to go to a supply room and ended up in like a chemistry department. It was a whole thing. I think something's up with them recently.
Yeah, the crazy thing is that this happened to someone who was new, someone who I arrived with, one of my own. And now, no idea where they are now. So it wasn't one of their keys because they didn't have one yet. Has it ever happened to a new person?
It's just the keys that are on the fritz. What did it get?
Okay.
Like, did they get teleported away by something? Did you see anything when they left or something?
A teacher ran into them, teleported away, came back without them.
Ah, what did they do?
Just shrugs. He was a, let's say, a volatile person to say the least, but I don't think he deserved to go disappearing.
Ah, he might have gotten expelled then. But he just has to pass the trials again. And that shouldn't be too hard. Like, you know,
Sure.
you just need, like, a basic teleportation spell. Like, Misty Step, and that's technically all you need if you just run past all the monsters.
So you know it would be like a death sentence if you sent someone who clearly said that they'd lost all their magic.
Cole was trying to remember, did he tell them that though? He didn't.
It's like, and, you know...
Cole looks contemplative at them.
And the start of it's pretty, like, you know, easy, because you can just leave if you want.
And Cole's like trying to impress him, going, well, judging by what you're saying, even I could do all that.
But, like, you have, right? That's how you would have gotten here.
Yeah, sure. Of course, why else would I not be here?
Yeah, so, you know, you would have done it, and... I mean, that guy must have done it as well.
Well, yeah, like I said, we arrived together.
So, you know, I'm sure you'll be fine. And, you know, if he's out of magic, he can just stay in the nearby town while he, like, has a bit of a rest and prepares all his spells again, I guess.
Thanks again.
You do know about the soul thing. Cause,
He doesn't
just
know
making
about the
sure.
soul thing, and that he doesn't, and that Fireball can't do magic. He is concerned, but he's trying not to show it.
Yeah.
Still, he's on his own. It's kind of worrying. But thank you for the reassurance.
If you want to, like, go to him, you can just, like, teleport back to the start of the ordeal again. All you have to do is, like, teleport in this building, and it'll route you there.
Thanks. Picks up a piece of food off the table, starts chomping on it, and leaves. Doesn't ask for it, just nom takes. Laters.
See you around. They all get back to eating.
Gets back to everybody else. I have an idea.
Do you then explain everything you just heard?
Yeah, in particularly the part about how the teachers have more powerful keys that can like override the teleport and go to places where the other ones can't. Don't take a student one because they'll teleport you anywhere. So maybe if we just corner one teacher and just like, I don't know, knock them out, bungle them into a cupboard, take their key? Question mark.
I was thinking something similar. I was also thinking that I might even be able to use one of the broken keys.
Oh, even better.
If they're going to random places, I may be able to use the broken network to go to different places to try and get to a correct place.
I wonder if though, since the student ones, yeah, they're broke, but are they broke so badly that they'll go to where the teacher one cans? Because they sound like they are like more powerful, can go to specific locations that the student ones can't. I mean, they got immortality magic in the places where they can teleport to with the teacher stuff. Oh, and maybe that artifact. Yes, must remember that.
You've always done this stuff, and like Grunk is just like practicing swings and just like waiting for the go ahead.
Is he practicing swings with the axe or with that thrower hammer thing?
With the new hammer that he's never really used for anything.
Yeah, I Cole taps it and just goes, yeah, you might have to bonk somebody with that.
It feels like a bonking day.
So which do we think is the best? Corner a teacher and knock them out with the bonk, or do that to a student? Either way, we need a key.
It depends, because hell, for all we know, they might be listening to us now.
We'll just stop still at that. Ah, shit.
In which case, they've known what our plan was the whole time. But perhaps not. It depends on how much they choose to give. And like, she stops mid-sentence. Well, I was going to say choose to give students freedom, but they've already shown that they're quite restrictive, so...
Probably don't need that insight, really. Do I, Joseph, to think about what a teacher would do if they had heard anything that was said?
You think it would really depend on the teacher.
So Cole doesn't immediately just go, surely if any of them heard anything that we've been talking about, they wouldn't have descended upon us already?
It's like, you think some teachers would have are like very harsh and expel you. Some are pretty chill. It just depends which one you're talking to.
Yeah, but if they were scrying or spying, because he won't know what scrying is, or if they were spying on us, surely they would have like jumped on us already, unless they were like crooked or
yeah,
chill with us at least.
Or
really
they could be
depends.
waiting to see what we do.
Yeah. You have no real clue. Your insight's not really solid unless you're targeting a specific person, because they'd probably all handle the situation a little bit differently.
I mean, there is always still the option of the you-know-what, and points at the bat's mouth.
It's true.
Whack, whack, whack.
No, don't whack the bat, please.
You guys see a teacher is coming over to you?
Ah, are you going to expel us as well?
Expel you?
Yes,
She looks...
our friend got expelled for doing a little bit of damage, and now has been exiled to do magical tests despite being completely without magic.
Oh, that's terrible.
He lost his magic in the last class, and then they sent him to the beginning of the magical tests as he was asking for them to help him getting his magic back.
And the teachers
Wow.
didn't do...
And despite all of that, all you have to say is, "Oh no, that's terrible."
And the
Really?
teachers didn't... she is in the middle of saying something. She's like...
Yeah.
And the teachers didn't do anything to try and help him?
Yeah, they expelled
Nothing
him
at
and
all.
said, "We'll help you later."
Damn, that's harsh. I'll go complain about this to the head teacher. Maybe I can
Oh,
help
that's so
him.
nice of you.
She's like, anyway, I have some stuff to hand out to you. Grunk, she hands you a card. Colt, you get a card. All of these cards have your face and some, like, arcane symbols on the bottom.
Oh, they always pick an
follows the
ugly
card.
picture.
Hands the rat a card.
Oh no, they took my photo when I had no idea it was being taken.
It
Grump's
was
picture
taken when
best.
it was taken when you first walked inside.
So probably shock because a fireball was going off.
Yeah.
And Sonia one is like, cool. Those are your like student teleportation network cards. The network's been a little iffy. So yeah, just be wary. They should still work, but we're trying to solve the problem now, so I wouldn't recommend using them until we've like given you the clear. But they'll help you get to your lessons tomorrow. I'll go complain to the head teacher.
Thank you, that's very generous of you.
She then pulls out a similar looking card to yours, but yours all have like a white background, hers has a black background. A portal opens up in the door and she wanders through and disappears. The portal then begins to close behind her.
Sure. So we have our cards. We could do some tests today. Well, because we've got free time in the rest of the afternoon.
When you say test, you mean see if these can take us to where we need to go?
Yeah. Well, we've been given our cards, therefore we need to start getting a lay of the land. Just like any student, we need to know where our classrooms are going to be. So we're just going to have a look around.
Yeah. Since these are apparently on the fritz, I wonder if we can use... Each one of us can use just the one portal. Or is it like 1-to-1?
I going by what the teacher used, I imagine it's when you activate it, it opens a portal. So everyone should be able to go through.
Is this going to require some kind of intelligence check or something to make the portal? They didn't explain how to.
No. You would have seen when she opened her card. She just was holding her card, and then a portal opened. She didn't make any like verbal material or somatic components to whatever happened. You would guess it's just you think about where you need to go, and it will open. It'll try and open a portal.
Court's just going to try it then, and is just going to point it in this direction and just think, for the sake of safety, just think the kitchen.
A portal opens up in this door frame.
Okay, can all of us use this? He's kind of like gesturing to say if anyone wants to like walk through. I thought about just sending that to the kitchen, so hopefully that bit.
Bubbles will step in. And,
Does it shut behind him?
It doesn't shut behind him. It's still open. If you're still thinking about the kitchen.
Oh, ignore that. Ignore that.
Now that Bubbles has gone through, Colt will go through as well. So he goes. Yeah. Ends up going with him. Does the portal stay open, or is it just shut when I go through?
It's still open as long as you're thinking about the kitchen.
All right. So Colt will recognize that, and then still sees the new guys go, "Hey, figured it out." Walks back out, and then stops thinking about the kitchen and watches the door shut.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's how it works. Good news. We can all use the same portal, so we don't get teleported to all different places at the same time.
That's good.
Whack.
Where would you like to go, Grunk?
She then comes back and is like, right, I've launched a formal complaint. So hopefully we can get him back pretty soon. I just have to go find him. But for now I need to explain how your cards work.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So what I want you to all think of is, I need you. She holds up a picture of a dorm room. And it's like, right, I need you to think of this place.
Sure.
And then
We'll try.
hold your card. Cool. A little portal opens up. Do you wander on through?
Sure.
You reappear in this room. You just come through the door. You can put yourself on the map if you want.
I will do as soon as I can work out what I'm doing with my life.
Not smashing
never.
things.
I wish I was smashing things.
Grunk just never appears. He never figures it out. This person's like, so these will be your, like, this will be your dorm room. It's got, like, it's the small student accessible books are here for like the year 1 research. You can all claim your own beds. And we have a noise policy that after 10, you gotta keep noise down. We're okay with light. It's just so that, you know, it's more of an incentive to get to sleep so you can wake up on time for lessons than anything else.
Makes sense. Can't train properly if you can't concentrate. As he's like looking at the bookcase and necromancy books.
Yeah, there are necromancy books on there. Just like some basic stuff.
Yeah, which is, if I remember right, is just like cause fear and stuff.
Yeah, it's like it details a series of cantrips or like the theory behind cantrips, first and second level spells. It gives a lot of theory about them.
Hmm. Colt will probably just like flick through them really quickly and just go, doesn't mention anything about immortality. I suppose it's probably not going to be easy to get. Snaps the book shut.
And so then she's like, so this'll be where you guys are staying, and then she puts a bunch of like posters up of various rooms on this wall. And it's like, those are your classrooms. If you just like think about them, you should be able to get there. If you have any requests on where else you'd like to have access to, I'm like always available. Yeah. She'll then pull her card out and wander through this door, disappearing.
So coming along conspiratorially again, going, so what was your idea about like seeing if these can get us to places other than those posters? Just spam it and see if it breaks.
Kinda, yeah. Also, Sonya's gonna like walk over to the window and see like what kind of area is surrounding.
Yeah, I was just thinking that Colt was going to jump over to these beds and to have a look through the windows.
It seems that much like how the main living sort of area, or the like common area, is on a large floating island, you seem to be on a very small floating island. In fact, you would guess that if you opened the door in a mundane way, that it would just open out onto a like small balcony and then a large drop.
Colt will check this. Being the climby boy, if he does fall off, which you probably won't, you'll be able to save yourself. Probably opens the door, looks out.
It just opens into the common rooms.
What? So there's another room just like this on the other side.
It opens into like the common big. It opens up into like the common large area. Like you step out into the front door of.
Oh, I thought that was the door that you meant with regards to like if we think if we did that it would just be a drop.
Like you appear here essentially.
Colt is confused, tries to go back through the door. How does this work?
Give me an intelligence check. You think that it's because you have your card on you. Like it's if you like dropped your card in this room and then left the room, you think you could probably open the door in a mundane way.
Just slips the card in between two books and then tries again. Doesn't like just blunder through the door, but like opens it and leans out.
You open it and there's like a small area where you can stand and like a little fence to prevent you from like, you know, running out and falling
to your
off
death.
the side. But it does just seem to open out into a small balcony that it doesn't really have much about it, and there is just a drop. You can't. in the distance, you can see a variety of like. You can see the main common room. You can see like the common rooms from here, but you can't see really anything else around here.
Are they like down below and we're really high up, or is it a case of just another island?
It's like far away from you.
So are
And
the islands like floating islands, or is it like water?
It's like floating islands.
Alright, so we're in a atmosphere sort of area,
Yeah.
kind of a commies lookout kind of job.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sonia's
So
gonna.
Court's like, yeah, I know I'm good at climbing, but I can't do that.
Sure.
Picks his card. Make sure to mention he picks his card out from that bookcase again.
Cool.
Can you do me a favour, Colt?
Yeah, sure.
Holds out her card and asks if she can take yours for a moment.
Okay, hands it over.
So
Takes yours.
Sonia, thinking of the common rooms, is going to try and head there.
You open the door and it's just a door. You see the wide open sky all around.
Okay.
Yeah,
Few floating
Colt is like leaning his hand behind Sonia, like just in case.
Walks back in, hands the card back, picks up Raticus.
Give me an Arcana check.
Sure. Arcana. Ah, that's a really bad roll.
That's for Sonia at least.
With a plus 12, that's awful.
You think that there's probably a way to modify the cards with the right magic. You're just not quite sure what it would be. So that they could be used by like anyone.
Sonia has a secondary idea. Picks up Raticus, asks him to think of the I've already forgotten what I just said. Common room, thank you. And then tries to continue.
Which are you giving a card to Raticus?
Yeah, he's got one of his own.
Alright, fair enough. Is he just using his card?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can like go to the common rooms.
So while Sonia's holding the rat, that happens.
Yeah.
Cool. Sonia doesn't explain, but just like steps back in, and then just like off into Mind Palace thinking.
Okay. Sonia begins thinking.
What's Grump doing? What's he think of this
Grump.
place?
When you've chosen your bed, you notice that on this table there's a small amount of art supplies that magically appear on top of it.
Grunk is now distracted from his hammer to start doing art things with the art supplies.
Yeah. One of the drawers can, as you like explore it, it can seemingly pull out an unlimited number of like canvases, paint, pencils, like generally a lot of basic art supplies.
Started to draw and then sketch out and then paint the like scene of Sonia and Colt trying to like work out the limits of these cards.
It's gonna be like, yes, we got away with it, and then they just find all of the artwork detailing everything. Shit!
It goes together like a flip book, like and it shows them frame by frame.
They're not incredibly detailed. It's very much an impressionist piece because of how quickly he has to keep switching paintings.
It's an abstract storyboard of your.
Still very pretty though.
They are pretty. It's like two figures that are wearing like roughly your guys' clothes and stuff, and then like a swirly thing in front of them, and the like bookshelves on either side and stuff is sort of what you kind of get from it. But it does look nice. The art is beautiful.
Okay. So Sonia suddenly snaps back. Right. I have a somewhat risky idea, in that it's risky to you guys.
In that case, what's the hopeful outcome?
the hopeful outcome is that I have a lot of time to experiment. Basically, we're meant to have classes tomorrow. I want to convince them that I'm sick so that I don't have to go to the classes. And while everyone is distracted, I can begin experimenting with these doorways. But that would leave just the two of you to take on whatever stuff they throw at you.
People throw things?
They might.
Why would they throw you?
I mean, I'm sure that myself and Grunk can look after ourselves in whatever kind of situation that they throw us in. If I use my lightning, they'll probably just think I'm using that shocking thing. What's it
Yeah,
called?
shocking grasp.
Shocking grasp. Yes. They'll probably just think I'm doing that. So until they find out that it's really strong, but yeah. But I'm sure that they'd. No, they'd probably be able to tell if you were sick or not.
I could make myself sick with magic. Wouldn't be the nicest thing to do,
No.
but it would work. Also, Sonia just hands over all of the stuff that they got from the magical place that they'd piled up together. It's like, I'm gonna let you guys take all of this stuff in hopes that it helps you for whatever they do. Sonia, we'll keep one of the diamond statues though. It's probably fine. The grub can be invincible, and you're very strong and can stun things.
Yeah, and my lightning can probably pass for their kind of magic. I did just remember as well, out of character, that he did get Ray of Sickness, which would poison you, but you're probably able to do that yourself anyway, aren't you? I like the whole sickness plan.
That would work.
You wouldn't want to do it, but because it'll make you, because it'll poison you. But if you were like, no, do it, it's part of the plan.
Yeah.
You could probably if you weren't able to do it on yourself.
I don't think I have Ray of Sickness, ironically.
That's a strange turn of fate.
Okay.
Well, if you're really looking to get out of the classes, I did get that thing off that suite the other day. I think that makes things ill. That's why I've not been using it.
Sure. So we want to rest up and be ready for tomorrow. And just, I guess, hope that Fireball's doing okay.
Yeah, out of curiosity, when we were going through the magic items before, what were you doing with each one, and have you just got them all?
Apart from... I was imagining we put it all in a big pile to spread them out, but then didn't. Other than that, I know that Lawrence had put the belt on Fireball.
Oh, so you got the belt.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
that's gone.
Which bed are you taking, by the way, each of you?
One next to the window, I guess.
Yeet.
Cool. This one fills with a bunch of like. It seems to be a lot of like things that would help you study and analyze magic. Cold. This one is filled with a lot of like specific necromancy information. Like a lot of books and stuff about necromancy.
Ooh, that's interesting.
It's slightly more advanced than the stuff you'd find over here. Does the rat take this bed?
The rat would probably just like move between each of the beds because he likes playing with someone. But sure, the rat would have this one as his one.
A pile of cheese appears here for the rat.
Not spectral. Bleh.
It magically turns into spectral cheese.
He's like, I think I fucked with this rat's brain too much. Sure, that is fine. Everyone get nice and rested. Actually, good idea. Grump, do you have magic you can use to hit people?
Lots of magic that exclusively hits people.
Sure, fire any magic you have at me. Single target.
Cool. A spectral axe appears and attacks you.
Drains. What level was that?
Second.
Yay. Basically, if we're going to sleep, may as well waste any spell slots.
Cool. I will cast that at all my spell slots at you if you want.
Just flinging spectral axes.
And Colt is just looking at your words, just like, is that how you recover your magic?
So
yes.
You can gain.
I thought it was just a rest up thing.
I'm a bit weird.
So you can gain 4 first levels, 3 seconds, and 2/3 from me.
So what was that? Four first.
3 seconds, 2/3.
Okay, thank you. Yay.
Cool. Fireball appears here.
Ah, the boy who lived.
Did our complaint get you back?
Along with this person.
Do they walk in while, like, Grummock's just firing axes at me?
And it's like, so how would I'll try and get his fear back, but he's probably not gonna have access to it for a little while because they're concerned he might hit a student with it or blow some more building up with it. But I got him through the ordeals. I just teleported him to the bit at the end and then routed it to here.
Nice. Thank you very much. Fireball be on his best behaviour, won't you, Fireball?
Just don't let him get expelled again. It was
Fireball
quite
say
annoying.
thank you.
And she said, "You're very welcome." And then she will head off. Fireball, you have been given a card and explained how the card system works, but also not to use your card until they've fixed the whole, like, situation outside of, like, teachers saying it's okay.
Okay. Fireball will jump on the bed.
When you jump on the bed, next to the bed is a little bead that seems like it contains a small fire.
He'll pick up the bead and put it next to in his pocket next to the scarab he has.
Lawrence,
Yeah.
the power of spoons and something special inside you feels a little strange. And it doesn't seem normal by any stretch of the imagination, but this just kind of appears next to you.
Interesting.
It didn't teleport in or anything. Like, whatever happened, it was... Well, it teleported in, but it wasn't done magically.
Interesting.
Some form of mundane teleportation put it there.
And Fireball try and take control of it?
You already have control of it.
Okay. Interesting. Fireball. carefully around here with it. Fireball will say to Sonia, "Don't worry, I'm not planning to damage anything with it."
You all also see a spoon is now hovering behind him.
I mean, to Sonia, that's absolutely the most normal thing in the world.
The spoon is the size of like a human,
Eh,
and it pats Fireball on the head with its arms. It doesn't have arms, but it does somehow do that. And then it
Fireball,
disappears.
Fireball will look happy and then go with his spear over to the bookcase over here. Not touching anything with it though. And he will look through the books here.
Cool. You begin poring through the books. They seem to detail basics of like the history of magic, lots of magic related things, basically any basic school of magic you can imagine.
I would like to be painting a fireball reading a book.
I go in detailed on this one. The Fireball's
one.
staying there for a while.
Yeah, this one's going detailed. It's a fire reading a book with a weird black orb near it.
okay, so now the Fireball's here, now would be a great chance for us to actually divvy up all of the stuff correctly.
Sure, tell us where
Okay.
everything's going.
Okay. Spell scroll which has disintegration on it. Does anyone particularly want that? Fireball, you can use that. Oh yeah,
That sounds like something that someone of you two could use best.
by the way, Fireball, we do have a plan at the moment. All you need to do to help is go to tomorrow's lessons and help keep these guys safe.
Okay. Oh,
Right.
by the way,
The yellow card that you were handed disappears from your hand and reappears in Fireball's hand.
Which one?
The one that the teacher handed to you when Fireball was expelled.
Ah, right.
Fireball will detach the belt from the side of his metal thing and detach the staff that he has and hands them over to Sonia.
Sure. You should keep a hold of the fire staff. Let's see. Sonia hands a bottle with whirling liquid over to Colt. This is a potion that will make you much faster and you can fight more.
Awesome. I'll make sure I only use it if I really need it. I'll take this as a one-time use.
Yes. Sonia will hand a red potion to Grunk. Okay, if you get hurt enough, drink this. It is a very powerful healing magic potion.
Ooh. It heal me?
Yes.
Good.
Grunk, your
I will
artistic
write down.
mind then pictures like wonderful life sprouting from the bottle and healing. It's amazing.
I will write question mark healing potion.
Sure. Then, does anyone want a dagger? Just for the sake of having something. It seems to be a powerful one.
All is nonplussed. He's more of a blunt
I
weapons.
point at Colt. I already have 2 weapons.
Cold pulls out his quarter stuff and twirls it elegantly. I'm more of a blunt force trauma kind of guy.
The rat looks at the dagger wantingly.
It's fine, Rat. You're coming with me, so I'll keep the dagger. Or rather, give it to the rat. But
The rat
keeps the dagger in
takes
its mouth.
it in its. Yeah, the rat takes it in its mouth. it look and because it's a rat, it looks like a giant sword compared to the rat. So it now looks like a very small version of that big dog boss.
Now,
Dark Souls.
Ratty, you do know that that is actually weaker than your magic thing, right?
Rat knows.
It just wants it for
It
looks.
just
Sure.
wants to look cool.
That's fine with me. Let's not talk about the Seppi.
The what?
Never,
The
just
Seppi.
don't worry about
Oh.
it.
Yeah.
Seppi is very important.
Uh,
It's honestly quite rude that Sonya's hoarding the Seppi for herself.
the sphere. I don't know what we should do with that. Should we hide it? Since they don't think that we have it, can we hide it? We can't exactly throw a blanket over it.
Have we tried?
If I think at the sphere, can I alter its size?
No. It remains its current sphere size.
So you somehow summoned it here. Can you like dismiss it somewhere, like a familiar?
If I think about it, can I try and make it into that little beady form again?
No, because it was never in a beady form.
Oh,
You still
okay.
have the little bead with the fire inside it.
Okay. Can I try and think it to go invisible?
Nope. Well, I mean, you can try that, but it doesn't work.
Yeah. I will.
The rat starts like, rolling the rug that's in the room up, and then points at the floor.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We could dig into the floor and then put the rug back over.
I'll say Sonia.
Until
why-
someone walks in here who isn't us, steps on it, and
What if I hide it directly behind the door?
Bubbles then appears. He's like,
working on.
Bubbles walks through this door with his new card in tow and walks up to you guys. He's like, "Hey guys."
Ah, you can speak.
Yes.
Do I understand him?
No, he's speaking in common.
Okay, when the carpet is rolled up, I will just burrow a hole into the floor enough so that the carpet doesn't touch the sphere of annihilation.
I have an idea with regards to that, though. If points out Grunk, that
I will put it
Like,
here.
I would have said somewhere like there would have been quite good, because it's unlikely someone's going to walk there.
I'm trying to like phrase this out. That your table, Grunk, is producing all kinds of this art stuff. Is it able to make a really big canvas?
No, it's only able to make canvases that could fit inside the drawers.
Wait,
How big is the orb? Is the size of fireball, which is what, 1 foot?
The orb is 2 feet in.
Do these tables have a cloth over them?
So I have to double check, but I believe the sphere is 2 feet across. The sphere is. Yeah, it's 2 feet diameter, so 4 feet. Yeah. So it's 2 foot sphere.
How big's the usual canvas? Well, if it's going to fit inside a drawer, it's going to be.
Do
It's going to be about 2 feet, isn't it?
do these tables have like covers on them?
How do you mean?
Like do they have tablecloths on? That like drape down the
No,
side.
they are just wooden tables.
Would one of these banners be enough to cover one of the tables?
Would one of those massive banners be enough to cover the tiny
yes.
table?
It would. It would be more than enough to cover the table, and also those two chairs. Probably
Wait,
the
no,
table, those two chairs, and like a little bit extra.
is-
Yeah, no, I was
is-
thinking, I've totally missed the fact that there was banners there. I would say just put the sphere in the wall and drape the banner over it.
No,
Yeah.
I was
That
trying to
would-
make a
this-
tapestry. I was going through all of our stuff to try and make a tapestry, but if we've got banners there, which I totally just didn't see until now.
Wait, these paintings here, is this big one bigger than 2 foot by 2 foot?
No.
Uh,
Some of them are like 2 foot in some dimensions, but most of them aren't 2 foot in width, and the
So
ones
the-
that aren't 2 foot in height.
These these drapes is that the size of these drape things, or are they bigger?
You could hide it behind one of those banners if you like ate some of the wall away. You could like
Yeah, but
open the door normally, send it outside, and then, I mean, you could just keep it on the balcony outside.
I will.
There's us trying to think of like really clever ways that no one's going to see it.
So
because-
I'll tell Sonia to say to Cold. Can you tell him to run up and pull this one out of the way, so that I can hide the sphere behind it?
Sure. Or why don't you get in a bit of practice, Colt? You can practice summoning your mage hand.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
Could
do
just-
that.
Could just put it on the balcony.
No.
No.
Shut up, voice in our head.
Shut up, God!
Okay.
No, he's ballsed up his mage hand. He's gonna try again. No, God, I'll get it.
Because if a teacher comes in here, I want to be able to annihilate them.
Okay, you mage hand this up, and then do you just like punch a hole in the wall?
Yeah, I put a hole deep enough for the wall not to affect the tapestry.
You burrow through the wall, and wind begins blowing. The tapestry then begins floating. From your beds, you can all clearly see the sphere of annihilation, because it's windy.
I'll just
We need rope.
I'll just
Put it
I
back
don't-
into the hole, and that'll plug it up.
Do you put it back in?
I put the sphere of annihilation into the hole.
Very well. The wind dies down. The large banner then falls and hits the sphere, creating a large hole inside the banner.
You know what?
You can now all see the sphere of annihilation poking through the banner.
You know what? I will just have the sphere of annihilation, like just above the door here.
Sure. Cover it just above the door. Man.
Okay, very quickly, going back over the rest of the things before I need to go to sleep. This is too much.
Colt is listening to what you say, but he's going to look at the bench next to his and he goes, "I need some wood. Does it produce wood?" He's thinking to himself he needs some wood, like some raw material. Damn it! That's not how it works. Damn it!
Although it is now cold in your room because there is a big hole in the wall.
Yeah, but you do have a fire here, so
You do have a fire, but the rest of the room is pretty cold except for the fireball and the immediate area around it.
Do I have any raw materials I can use? The hole is 2 foot. That won't work.
Grunk, you're like big, strong, strength-based person, right?
take to the
Yes.
pin.
So,
Sorry.
so you should probably have this big, strong belt.
What does Big Strong Belt do?
Makes you stronger to the tune of
Okay.
23.
Puts on belt.
You've
Becomes 23.
also she hands you a potion that will make you even stronger, but is limited.
How strong?
I need to check.
It's
I think it
storm
was
giant
Storm
strength,
Giant.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Storm.
So it's 29. That's 29.
Very strong.
Fireball will say to Sonia, "Why don't we put a couple of the paintings over the hole? Try and block. Try
Sure.
and block the hole."
Let's just put paintings up all over the place and hope no one asks.
Do you move some of the paintings over the hole?
Yeah, we put paintings all over all of the walls and put up all of Grunk's lovely paintings and say how proud we are.
Okay.
Just
I
cover
hope
the
it doesn't
walls and
get-
paintings.
Hope it doesn't get too windy.
It's fine, we'll staple it down.
Into the brickwork?
Yes.
Colt uses his wood carver tools to nail them in place.
Who's opened the windows?
No, the fireball has made a hole in the wall.
Why?
He was trying to hide his destruction ball thing. It didn't work. It did not work.
Okay.
You would think to affix a painting over the hole, you would need to like essentially chisel or drill a small hole in first, so that you could nail the painting in place. Essentially, 'cause you need something to receive the nail, like just above where the hole is.
Fireball will say to Sonia, "Why don't we use the table to block the hole?"
Because that'd be quite obvious.
Wouldn't we use the table? But if I'm using my wood carver tools to shape everything into like a plug, and then use mending to fix it, is that doable? That should be doable, right?
Go for it.
Oh well, no wait, because then the table will be smaller. If I understand this right.
Eventually, a teacher comes in. and is
Eventually,
like,
Sonia goes to sleep.
Is it the one that had me expelled?
it is not. It is a totally different teacher. She's like, so you got why is there a big hole in the wall?
I will drop the sphere of annihilation.
Okay, that's a choice. It certainly is a choice.
Immediately after the same move, everybody in the room just goes, no!
No, Sonia has fallen asleep at this point. They are not involved in this.
Yeah.
What she was about to say was like, man, I should call the repair people in. They can get that sorted, because like otherwise it'll be too cold to like get a proper night's rest in this room. And then you just drop a sphere on her. She needs to make a deck save. Which she fails. Please do your sphere damage, Lawrence. It's on the It's on the sphere character sheet.
It's 4d10.
Yep.
Uh, 24 damage.
She survives. Please roll initiative. Fireball and anyone else who wants to get involved in this.
Does the sphere? The sphere doesn't need to roll initiative, does it? Because I'm controlling it.
It does not. Cool, so Fireball, you're up first. What do you do?
That's weird that no one else has rolled initiative.
Move the sphere
Really
here,
nobody.
and then move the sphere back.
Okay. Do your damage again.
27.
She's still alive, but very annoyed.
can I still move over to her and no, I can't move directly over.
No, you're still too far away.
Hmm. I'll move to behind this couch.
Sure.
Should have really
Just
got that
gotta go
scarab off him first.
Davity.
Oh god, yeah, that's a thing, isn't it? I forgot we had that.
What?
The scarab.
It's
The scarab of protection.
just a good magic item that might be disappearing soon.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Okay. Then. Lawrence,
Yeah.
can you make me a Constitution save?
1 second, I've got something to read. Is she casting a spell?
She is.
Do I have advantage? Oh, nice. 15?
You fail.
Uh,
You take 28 cold damage. She's also flying above you, and yeah. It's like, you don't think that she should have been able to get up there. Like, she just suddenly disappeared from here and reappeared in the air above you.
okay.
It is your turn.
She's a witch. No shit, Sherlock.
How far away from the sphere of annihilation is she?
She's like 30 feet up from where she was, and the sphere is like 15 feet away from her, or 20 feet, really.
The sphere will
The
move
sphere
into...
does not move, for the sphere is not under your control anymore.
Oh. Fireball will try and take control of the fire. The sphere of annihilation back.
Cool. Make an Arcana check.
Ouch.
She got a 31. Cool.
Wait, wouldn't I have to make a save as well when she tried to
When she tried to what?
take control of the sphere?
She stopped time and then rolled a 33.
Okay. Fireball will then move
Please make
directly under her for his
Okay.
movement.
Please make me a charisma save as she lands. Yeah, she'll land like over here. Make a charisma save.
Uh, 17?
Fireball is banished.
Oh, well, he gets to go to the fireplace.
You don't know where he's been banished to. This place is
No, I
weird.
won't. I'm just guessing that.
She's like, man, I really thought this thing was like locked up. will get a repair crew in here to fix the hole in the wall. And then the sphere, like, is moved through the door.
Like, did she open the door beforehand?
A magical portal appears, which it moves through.
Alright, okay.
It's like, I was sure we locked that thing up. Yeah, so... He's been a bit more expelled this time. It's a little bit worse. Yeah, we can sort out a legal defense for your friend later if you want to, like, go and meet him. He'll be in prison. I'll come back and get you guys later. I'll send someone to repair that hole as well. And then
Thank you
she
for
wants
fixing the
to-
hole. as she leaves, call after.
You can also see that she is, like, extremely injured. And then she leaves. Do you all take a good old rest?
Good rest.
Yeah,
Cool.
Court goes back down thinking, when Steve went, I thought I was past that. This.
And
Nope.
Past what?
People getting locked up around me.
And I think we can call it there. With Lawrence being sent to an unknown fate somewhere.
Again.
Again.
They get
We
second
just we
time.
put in complaints to save him, and he just tries to kill an instructor again.
Hey, I was asleep. Plausible deniability.
It's
Oh,
not
you
like those...
definitely like you were definitely woken up. It's also like way too cold to like have a nice night rest
Nope.
in this room.
I was sleeping. Plausible deniability.
You were definitely pretending because man, it was very loud when the fighting was occurring.
Snore. Z.
Also, she cast a cone of cold on the fireball.
Snore.
So there's just like there's just a giant icicle here.
Like, there's no way she wouldn't have seen the sphere of annihilation when she went to go out.
In actuality, Colt and Grump had like popcorn and flags with fireball written on them, waving them like, yeah. And then when she banished them, it was just like, nope, hide everything.
Turn the flag
Could've
round and
lit-
it's got the teacher's picture on it.
Could have
Yeah.
literally just hid it on the balcony or anywhere outside this building. If you just didn't go through a wall, it was so simple.
In fact, the whole under the carpet thing would have worked.
Yeah, you could have just pulled the carpet under and it burrowed into the ground a bit, and then pulled the carpet back over tight.
Yeah, but
and
then
it would've been fine.
somebody could have fell in and died and would be back to here again.
Yeah, but it depends. You could have just put it under one of the beds or something.
Well, the fireball didn't have to drop the sphere on her head.
I mean, that's
Oh,
also
again.
true.
He
the
could have just not
easy-
done that.
The easiest thing was just to literally like open the door normally
And put it
on the
outside, yeah.
balcony, Where
Yeah, but we had to go and do the
no one would
hard
ever
thing.
Find it.
Fireball wasn't there for the testing of the case.
Like actually no one. But oh well. And yeah, the worst mistake was actually hitting the teacher with it.
Yeah, but she would have seen it and taken it away anyway.
Yeah, but at least you wouldn't have hit her with it. There's a like she would have been confused how you'd got it, but she wouldn't have like fought you.
Yeah, Fireball didn't
Anyway.
want to lose it again.
Well, at least upside
Now he has.
we've got like a couple of things off him before he vanished.
That's the session. We can call it there and do it again next week. But yeah, well, it's all gonna be good. Everything will be fine.
So what state did Fireball still have on him? The Scarab and...
He had the Scarab and about 18k's worth of statues.
I'd taken the less valuable ones off you, but sadly you did still have the 2 times 7.5 ones.
In that case, 15k's worth of statues.
and nothing magical.
Well, the Scarab
He
and
had the Scarab.
the staff that would have been very useful to Sonya.
And literally any of them could have made really good use of the scarab.
Hey,
The scarab's only temporary as well.
if we're lucky, maybe they might take his stuff and give it to us. I really doubt it.
Yeah. They'll probably add it to their own armory, or we'll find it in the same way wherever we find this artifact.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Something else will happen.
But
Don't know. That's for next time.
yeah, next time Sonya has a really weird plan that's probably going to either destroy the universe or herself or not work.
Not another one.
This is more thinking with portals. Oh, excellent. Episode 40, Thinking with Portals.
Well,
Yeah.
It has to be now, you're thinking.